What is going on, you guys? Let me make sure my mic is perfect. Alright, so we're done testing in Play Now. I got that in a good spot. We are going to test strictly in Dynasty, which could be a little bit more challenging than I thought, because they have a lot of settings already different in Dynasty compared to Play Now mode, which is very interesting to me. Perfect timing, love to hear that. Just imported your team builder, nice. You're gonna have to send over what you created. But it was interesting going through. They have the Dynasty auto subs completely different than main menu. Like, that was interesting. You know, I've been a component of the 0-1 auto sub for quarterback for a while, and they have that set inside Dynasty, and then they have the auto subs completely different than main menu, completely different than how Madden does it. They've always done 80-60 across the board, and it's completely different. So what I have in the main menu and playing really well there, I'm definitely nervous about how it's going to transition over. Of course, I'm using custom auto subs for the gameplay, not for the rotations and stuff like that. And we are going to be doing this test with the Marshall Thundering Herd. You guys voted on this. I do think I'm going to go with the team for my real Dynasty once we get everything locked in. That has, you're never going to see really Marshall win a national championship, but there are some teams with lower prestige right now who have come really close. Boise State is one of them, and I think that's something we'll go with. Let's see what Virginia Tech has. But they're still a low prestige. They're only a two prestige. So I don't think that's, like, going to be anything crazy as far as having a huge advantage. And they're not. Ooh. What are you guys thinking for jerseys here? But anyway, so I got all my settings. I put everything in the main menu back to default, and now I just imported everything into. What's the alternate helmets here? Right here. It's fine. They have playstyle down here? That's pretty cool. So I'm definitely curious. People already said that Dynasty was playing more difficult than Play Now anyway. I haven't played Dynasty yet, so we're going to find out. We'll see how everything translates over. I really like how I had the Play Now stuff playing. Got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Marshall Thundering Herd. So see, I do think it's really cool though that they, by default, had the auto sub set differently inside Dynasty than in Play Now. I do think it's still strange that 80. Like, I don't understand what's up with 80. Like, man, in franchise Dynasty it's 70-80. Like, I don't understand, why do you gotta wait for them to go down so low to rotate out? Alright, so I did play around with some stuff in the trainer, the main menu trainer, before I hopped on, because I was looking at, I wanted to open up the pass game a little bit more, and I was testing a couple things out in the trainer to see, like, what different variables affected a couple different things. And get out. Oh, he held that block way too long. And I used Georgia, right, because they're the best team in the game, and I had the settings in a pretty good spot for what I wanted with the pass coverage, at least, there. But again, Dynasty mode, people said it's completely different. Let's see here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. There, oh my God, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. Let's break down this coverage here. Maybe what I am doing in Play Now, obviously, they're in a zone, they're passing stuff off, And these corners drop down hard. Look at both of these corners. They played their zones really, really well. I ran crossers against a zone, and realistically, the only way I would have beat this is if he would have been catching this right here. But down the field, I mean, they just called a really good defense against that play call. Cover too hard flat. Yeah, I didn't have any post corners or anything like that. This is a, what is it, number 25, hard place to play, so.
The punt team sends it the other way. Surprisingly, makes a fair catch.
See how it goes throughout the game.
So the Virginia Tech Hokies,
I feel like the running game's in a really good spot. I mean, I only ran the ball once and I got 4 yards, but
players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their.
I feel like running game's in a pretty good spot. It's really just me, the passing game. You know, try to get some more big plays in the passing game to replicate.
For their team to succeed. And a 9-yard gain on first.
Football, I feel, you know, lots of big plays in the passing game, not as much defense as in the NFL. Typically, your stops come from like a sack or a penalty or
get first downs and ultimately get some points.
Depending on the matchups, of course.
To the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make.
I wish they'd tune the off-target throws a little bit. Or not off-target, the off-balance throws. These quarterbacks be throwing off of one leg, falling behind, and there's just no impact on their accuracy.
The give to the back.
There we go. Still got 5 yards. Jeez.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this
2nd and 5. I feel we got to man it up again.
And he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it from the gun.
No, I got in there so fast. All right, we got 3rd down at least. They have ran the ball a lot, but they've been moving it.
That's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football.
I do want
get
to
them on the
blitz,
ground,
but
short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
We'll call this here.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal.
We can get a stop here.
Love to convert this 3rd and short.
That's a win, considering they had the ball in good field position anyway.
Try to get the first through the air.
Oh.
He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
Well, they caught the defense off.
Have I released your work in progress sliders? Yeah, so my work in progress sliders are like members only. It's one of the perks for being a member on YouTube. So yeah, my work in progress stuff is posted for members on YouTube, but it has been, and I've noted it, exclusively play now, as this is my first time playing in franchise mode, and so we're basically looking to see how does that stuff carry over and what changes need to be made for Dynasty, because I'm itching to start my Dynasty, man. I also saw Barstool Sports post that the patch is rumored to be dropping tomorrow.
First touchdown of the game in lane. My hand, the Hokies want to go to Never Never Land.
I've been kind of just waiting for that patch. That all these, I never saw EA directly talk about it. It was just all these EA Creator Network guys said that day one patch, and the day one patch never came. But now apparently it's rumored for Monday. If Barstool Sports can be trusted, I don't know.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic.
But I have no reason to start my real Dynasty until one that I actually get invested in and care about, until I actually have, you know, some sliders that I know will carry me through.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards.
Oh, that hole closed so quick.
Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Picked up 2 yards on that last one.
Bro, in simulation, we lost to the Pandas. I simulated that game. I wasn't going to play that game on stream. Lost to the freaking Pandas, dude.
He's looking to throw.
He got right through.
Jeez. Knocked down back at the 13.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem.
I think we're going to have to, next possession, we're going to start running some screens, some RPOs to soften them up a little bit.
He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Safe completion on the screen. And he's not going to.
That's what we'll do next possession.
Denying him the first down.
We gotta do something to lower this intensity they got.
Statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent?
Oh, there we go. Got a good bounce.
Right there, tackling the
all right, we gotta do better defensively this time.
Fourth and long, you're gonna get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. They go to the ground.
Oh, I thought he gave it.
Not the biggest
I thought he kept it, I mean.
One that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to it.
They have just ran it, man. They've thrown it, what, twice? 2 throws?
Well, what a nice run. He's showing you his athleticism there. You guys remember back in the day when we were calling it?
One was like a quick little RPO, and then the other was a play action?
Kevin Jones came up to the booth, and he got into a vertical leap contest with Pollard. It was awesome. This guy on the field, man, he's got
We're getting
so
destroyed right now.
He's strong, and he's fast, and I think he can also out-jump.
He's already got 8 carries.
Halfway there on first down, it's
there we go. Finally a pass. And it's the jet pass. Good Lord. We might get ran, y'all. Oh, snap. All right, we'll do that, and we'll show cover 2. There we go. Let's finally get ourselves ahead on a play. Always, they're always like 2nd and 4 or 2nd and 3.
No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
And they get a screen. All right, we defended that well. We'll take a 3rd and 8. And we'll do a zone blitz here.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line.
We got to get a...
aggressive they are on 3rd and long.
Oh, let's go. All right. Do a duck. All right, I'm taking this as a win. Plus field goals. They miss a lot of field goals in this game. He might not even make this with the wind. Okay. It's all right, though. It could be worse. We gotta do something offensively, though. This is a really tough first matchup.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out.
We're on RPOs. Like I said, we're going to start doing some stuff here.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take
if we could have broken that. But hey, 2nd and 4.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite?
We're in some more RPOs.
Easiest reads. Love coming out with those early with the short.
This might work. End of the quarter. I thought I had. I was about to get a delay game or something. Yeah, look at that. We got negative 2 yards. Sack. We're gonna actually run the ball.
We'll get this quarter going with a 2nd down play.
There we go. We got our first down. Only took 3 possessions.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker.
We just gotta soften up this defense. Y'all know me. I like to take shots down the field.
Bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down.
No.
To make sure
And that ball is going the other way, and he's got room. They'll mark him out of bounds.
Read the defense wrong. I want to see where I missed somebody open there.
And this ball looks like
pre-snap, it looked like they were going to pass it off, and that's why I went there. I thought that safety was going to carry him. So they didn't cover 3. So I had the underneath. I should just thrown it right here. Look at that. That's wide open. And I just missed it. They were cover 3. See, I thought he, see, look right here. He turns and starts to run. So I thought he's carrying with him. Regardless, he's not the one who got the interception. But look, this guy stays with him. That's insane to me. This is insane. It's a zone, and he's shifting. That's some crazy coverage to me. All right then.
I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
A first down run in the red zone.
Cool. We're gonna get ran, y'all. We are gonna get ran.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them.
But I don't really care.
You've seen it here in this one too.
We're using this as testing,
ready to go. There's no
figuring things out.
I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And again, people did say that Dynasty mode seemed to play a lot more challenging than play now.
Takes over the ball, the thundering herd offense coming out. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset.
This is on All-American. You are correct. All-American.
Sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances.
Try to hurry it up, maybe. That's a big play. Go! Go! We're scoring off of this? We scored. All right. We're back in this game. You guys know I normally do Zoom camera. I've always done Zoom camera the last couple years on Madden just because of passing so easy. But passing is difficult enough because in this game, like I just been going standard, and on Madden they changed to standard camera. It looks more like the old 2K camera, and so it is more zoomed in naturally now on Madden. That was perfect. That was hey. We're not getting completely ran yet.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update,
the good news is there is some big plays. We want the big playability, so there's a 13-mile-an-hour wind. Dang.
Check this out. Georgia is currently up big at this moment, so much so they're on the verge of giving UGA the rest of the day off. They're up 14.
All right, let's force a stop here.
We'll circle back if
like they've scored on all 3 possessions.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie
Let's force
offense.
A punt.
Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah,
they've had good field position, of course, in all 3 of their drives. This is the first time they'll really have to. Oh, I thought he was going to pick that.
When you put together a drive like that, I would do
he was in such good position.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll give it to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up.
So we're starting to play the run a little bit better. I mean, he's now 10 carries for 54 yards. He was doing a lot more than that, that's for sure.
Being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Back to pass, it's drones.
Knock it out. He was swiping at it. Look at this. He was trying to knock it out. I appreciate the effort.
quick strike complete.
He hung on to that?
There might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Who says in the
Bro, he got lit
game
up.
Can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? It doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2,
I wish
by
they'd
20,
sub.
30, by 40.
So I didn't touch the auto sub sliders. Like, so play now I leave the running back at 80-60. In here it's default 80-70. I just left it. The auto subs that I touch, that I do mess with, I touch, but the ones that I just leave default, even in the main menu, I left them default in Dynasty. So it's the running back's still 80-70 here, and he's still got all those carries. All right. Ooh, injury. We got a 3rd and what? 6, 3rd and 7.
The officials take a break to let him be checked out.
We got 3rd and 8. I don't want to run that double mug. I love that play, but not here, I don't think.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one
do a zone blitz.
If they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass.
Of course.
The throw to the outside is complete. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Couldn't get anybody home.
The Hokies want to pick up the tempo.
Even on a blitz.
Guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to
get an interception. We're definitely slowing the run game down, though. Our play calling adjustments for that has been...
Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. DB's right up on the receivers.
A success.
The pull and throw off the RPO.
Bro, I pressed coverage and he was still that far off.
To the 5-yard line, they'll mark it at the 6.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the
like that, he caught that deep for an RPO.
His receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
He steps and powers
let's hold him to another.
His way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical.
We gotta go man, right? Might get torched, but
in the end
I'm gonna
zone
pinch this, press.
I'm gonna keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be king in 2, right?
Knock it out! No way! That's like 3 crazy contested catches.
Execution, play action. You're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there.
Show the replay. Look at that's great coverage. He's getting hit. It looked a little bit worse real time. But they don't have any knockouts, man. They've caught everything.
3-possession lead at 17. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
The only good news, we did get the ball first, didn't we? I was about to say, man, if we score here and then get the ball to start the second half, we're gonna be good. Shit, did not need to call that.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic
yet.
Like,
we played that well.
Gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put
I don't know if I like this play call.
This thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field. And at least
I missed that. If I threw that sooner,
and I like the shot,
that's a big play.
Down the field, and we like throwing those jump balls.
But I looked to the right side of the field first. And that's what happened there. I missed that. I don't like this play. I don't like that play call. I'd rather run slants.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw.
Oh, but we can't hang on.
Use that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Bro, we were about to get hit.
Just gotta be able to focus.
They have caught in like 4 or 5 of those.
When it's a good throw, you gotta make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way.
No
he only needs a sliver of daylight.
Bro, I'm in his grill. The reason I didn't hit him is because I was like, there's no way that's not a fair catch there. I wasn't trying to, you know, get a 15-yard penalty. Look at this. I'm right here. Why wouldn't there be a fair catch? I just assumed he called it. I guess I didn't see it called, but I just figured I'm right there.
And Virginia Tech sends
it is what it is.
onto the field. This offense really big in the game.
What you've been doing, you got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
As we reach the 2-minute mark to keep
for Marshall, they do not have a lot. They have 3 plays for nickel, 2 for dime. There's not a lot of plays to run, you know, against. Oh, pick, and he catches that?
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
How many contested catches are they going to make?
Run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at
just
you.
considering
so
how many
with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way.
How many teams, like, they're running 3 forward receivers all game for the most part, and I only have 3 different formations for nickel.
From the 5. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds.
I thought he scored.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got
They have dominated the time of
It's
possession,
very
man.
difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
They'll run it.
Jeez.
Find the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
Well, there's definitely some scoring
What a day. His third rushing
for them.
touchdown. You got your college fantasy football team.
They've already got 31 points, man. We haven't stopped them one time because, and this is the thing that's driving me crazy right now, and I think I know why, but he's 13 of 14, but it's because of all the contested catches. There's been at least 4 crazy contested catches for them. And a couple of them have extended drives. That matters. Oh my god. Alright. We're not playing any more of this one. We're gonna super sim and go into the next game. And I'm gonna change what I think no, jump ahead, excuse me, sorry. I have an idea of why they're making all these contested catches. Something that I liked in the play now side of things, but I think it's having a major impact on this, and I'm going to change it. How are the sliders coming along, bro? Well, based on that game, not great. At least the main menu transferring over. But, again, there's one culprit, I think.
And they've got good schemes on both sides of the ball, just things have not gone
There's just one culprit, because, again, they scored every possession, but several of their drives were extended from contested catches. And I'm just simming through all this, guys. I'm not scouting or nothing, because I don't care about this. So who do we got next week? I don't care about any of it. We're just gonna hop into a bye. Bro, we had a bye week and we played the Pandas and we played. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna change the one thing that I think. Cool, we got a 2-star committed. That's great. Well, they should be done by then, bro. I've been grinding, but again, I've been grinding a lot on the play now side. This is my first time doing Dynasty, and I knew, oh my god, I gotta play Ohio State. What's my schedule like? My god. Where's my schedule? Simulated lost to FCS Southeast. And yeah, Virginia Tech, Ohio State. I would rather play freaking Western. Yeah, dude, I'm 90% sure it's gonna be Boise State. I don't want to play them. I would much rather play Western Michigan. I'm not gonna learn a thing playing against Ohio State for building sliders. There ain't gonna be a damn thing to learn there. So I think we'll play Western Michigan. I think they're an 80 overall too. Like they're better than us, but it's not gonna be ridiculous. You know, same with Appalachian State. Like playing these games are gonna be good games to test out. So we're gonna simulate this Ohio State game. Yo, yeah, we're not. I just got my ass kicked by West Virginia. I ain't playing Ohio State. I gotta turn off this one setting real quick. Like I said, I really liked what it did for how the players played in Play Now, but it's definitely causing some issues here. So we're gonna turn it off quick. And that was the offensive pass interference. Turning it off, the wide receivers became so much more aggressive, diving for balls and stuff like that, which I thought was really, really cool. But that definitely had an impact on all those contested catches. I ain't playing. I already simulated it. We're not playing that. There's no way in God's green earth. I'll play it like when it's my real franchise. I'll play it. But building sliders, I'm not gonna learn a thing playing against Ohio State for building sliders. Ain't learning a thing. I was thinking about doing. I was looking at UConn. The problem is they don't have really cool. I like those jerseys. I'm a big fan on jerseys and having some alternates. And then I do like snow games, so like I want to play where I could get snow games. So like I was really interested in doing one with Troy, but you'll never get snow there. And I was really interested in Rice. Like Rice really had my attention. Again, they're in Houston, never gonna get snow. The Buffalo Bulls, I love their jerseys, but that shit, I don't know. I want to have fun a little bit too, you know. And you play with some of these lower teams, and you're never winning games. It's tough to go through a season when you win like 2 games, you know. That's where I kind of had the idea, like, oh, I could go with Liberty, which is an 80 overall, 1-star prestige. I really thought about Liberty a lot. I like their jerseys. They're literally the same jerseys as the Houston Texans, the color styles and the alternates and stuff like that. Exact same as the Houston Texans. They have a really good quarterback and running back. Oh, okay. Nice broken tackle. And they're an 80 overall, and they're 1-star prestige, so I really looked at Liberty. But the reason I didn't want to do Liberty was because they've done such great work with the crowds and stuff in this game, and the crowd reactions. That's ultimately why I didn't want to do Marshall too. Look, there's no crowd in the end zone there. I want a stadium that has crowds on both end zones for scoring. So that kind of ruled out quite a few teams. You know what I mean? Because you love seeing the crowd go crazy when you score. Lock. Oh, man, he's explosive. Oh my God. He's the same one that scored last time. Let's go. Bro, he is explosive. If he ever goes in the portal, I gotta go after him. He's a junior.
Nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws,
I mean, that's explosiveness right there.
You score right off the
yeah, I'd be all over that. So anyway, I was really looking at Memphis. They're 2 stars. So they have, you know, not very much prestige. But they're actually rated pretty high for only 2 stars. They're they're an 85, I believe, in Play Now, and they're an 83 overall in Dynasty. But they're 2 stars. They have a lot of cool jerseys, and they have a really cool stadium that wraps all the way around. Yo, Matrix, what's up? Welcome. He says yo and then retracted it. I still seen it. So I was thinking about Memphis, but I was like, ultimately they're an 83 overall. They're pretty good. Boise's a little bit worse, and Boise used to be really good. You know what I mean? And it's like try to bring them back to prominent or dominance or relativity. You know, they've really fallen off. I mean, you fire up NCAA 14 and look at what Boise State's prestige was there versus 11 years later. Oh, go get him.
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I was also looking at Oregon State.
That has a chance to be one of the better rushing attacks in the country at the end of the year because of the athleticism of this.
There's a lot of schools that I'd like to use, but like I said, they don't. They either don't live or play where you get some weather games, or they don't have the stadium that I like. But they have everything else that I like. I just want to score and have the crowd right there and see it and have them go crazy.
Really good job by the defense.
Gets it out quickly. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose.
We got here 3rd and 10.
We'll give the defense credit on that.
We're in this cover 2, but we're gonna show cover 3.
Try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires.
Oh my God, we gotta stop. Huge. Something I found in the game, when you run with guys in the game already, they have the Reggie Bush type animation when they run.
That's why you never assume the first guy's going to make the tackle.
I haven't made far enough. So you're saying that players that you recruit don't have the same running animation as players already in the game?
Take the correct angle. Nice job. First guy misses, second guy gets him on the ground, forces the 4th down, throws that fist up in the air.
Are you able to edit animations? I haven't played around with that much. I haven't looked into that. Yo, Nomad, right now I'm currently on All-American. I do like a lot about Heisman, but the reason I decided not to go with Heisman because right now the CPU catches every interception. They don't drop any interceptions on. Otherwise, I really liked how Heisman played. I mean, it wasn't that much different from All-American. They just play smarter. That's one thing they changed both in Madden and in college football. The CPU doesn't get the artificial speed, acceleration boost, and all that stuff, that they did before. No, I don't like this play call against that. We're gonna run it. Now it's just they play smarter, and they'll be more adept to making audibles and things like that. And so I really liked how Heisman played, but they don't drop interceptions at all. Have you looked under play? I know you can't edit much, but they did say you can edit accessories and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if you can edit the. I have nowhere to go.
Looking to scramble. Hit hard just as he released it on.
They were manned up there.
Couldn't get it to the receiver.
I like the offensive idea here to try to.
Have you looked to see if you can edit that? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can edit quarterback throwing animations and stuff like that. So maybe they have like certain animations for that.
Leaves it with the back. Gets it past the marker.
There we go.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Hit him with a screen. Yeah, so my biggest concern with Heisman was the CPU off-target throws, because you do get them on All-American. But then the big one that stood out to me was the interceptions. Ooh. This is playing completely different than Virginia Tech.
The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic. Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come up.
We've got more yards in two.
I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk.
Nope. Get rid of it. God damn it, dude. They were manned up again, and I'm calling plays designed to beat a zone, and they're manned up, and there's nobody getting open on these, man. I mean, I just got my ass kicked on All-American, and again, it's default. My only changes are to the penalty sliders and the auto subs.
Leaves it with the running back.
Boom. Touchdown.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he
See, it would be so cool if they had the crowd right there. For me, that's important. Like, in my experience, having the crowd when you score and see them just go crazy and stuff like that, I love that. That's why I don't want to use Marshall. Like, I love the idea of using Marshall. Other than that, varsity's way too easy. I mean, I could see where it would be too easy in certain aspects, but I also feel like you could make it challenging too, depending on who you're playing against. I mean, all I did, Central Michigan, I know for a fact is rated higher. Or is it Central Michigan or Western? I'm pretty sure they're rated. Maybe they're not rated as good. I don't know. What's Central Michigan rated? One of the Michigans is, maybe it's Western Michigan that's rated like an 80 overall.
Quickly complete. Gets away from one. He's got space. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before.
I don't remember what Central Michigan is. But anyway, night and day defense, at least for our offense, compared to Virginia Tech.
Builds the confidence. Now first down from the 46. On the run, it's Buckley.
So I wanted to make sure we have big plays. Oops. Okay, I keep using auto flip. Sorry.
Those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now.
Haven't really seen them throw the ball a lot to see if the contested catches are changed from turning the OPI back on. Like I said, I turned it off just for the... Oh my God, there they go. Just for the aggressiveness of the wide receivers. They go crazy going for the football, which was really cool. All the diving and aggressiveness that they showed.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this coaching staff,
but if it affects the contested catches, which I wish they'd throw the ball more so we could verify it. Obviously, that's not the kind of throw and catch we want to test it out. Bro, we're up 14-0. Why is our stadium pulse so low?
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
Why didn't it let me switch?
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
Oh yeah, definitely make it play more balanced. But I think All-American's a good spot. When I was building my Madden sliders, the beta sliders, I was doing All-Pro. But again, I'll definitely visit All Madden. And it, depending on what they do, whenever they drop a patch for this, depending on what the patch notes say, I'd like to visit Heisman as well, just because. Oh no, nice play call. Just because it's just them playing smarter, you know what I mean?
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working.
And it would make sense if the AI is dumber on that, you know, because you've always considered those levels to be for those learning the game.
They've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They go 83 yards on the drive.
And once they start to figure things out, then they just kind of bump up, you know.
Here's the return from inside his 10.
I think the game's really balanced between All-American and Heisman. It's just those.
And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time.
I can't even speak to quarterback accuracy yet, just because last game he only had one off-target throw, and then all those other catches were just contested. You know what I mean? In this game, he's just been throwing short RPOs, screens. Well, my question to you is on Heisman, who have you played with and against who? You know what I mean? You say it played better in the CPU's advantage, but did you play with like a equally good, you know, user team, or were you playing with a, yeah, give an example, were you playing with like a 75, 78 overall versus like a 90, you know? I did not mean to press circle, I meant to press square.
And they'll close in on him after a good return.
Shoot. I meant to press square and I pressed circle. You think I've been playing on PlayStation since 1998 and I somehow still confuse circle and square. I had, look at, I don't know if he was open. I mean, he looked open, but square was right here. This was square. I was trying to throw it to the outside so he could catch and run. This was my thought, is I could get it, if I could throw it to like right over here, look at all the space for him. And I accidentally pressed circle. I wasn't even looking to that side of the field. My initial read was the post corner. If I could hide this. The post corner right here. Didn't like it. Saw the tight end in triple coverage. And so then I was like, okay, let me throw it to the left side with the lead passing right here. Bring him over that way, catch it, and run. And I pressed the wrong freaking button.
So good and precise with these passes because they've got
Beast Swan, do I import sliders from the main menu to the Dynasty? I do, but it's mostly to bring in...
Give to the back.
Oh no.
Just finds that little crevice and he's still up. That's the kind of play
it's mostly just to bring in the fatigue and speed parity and injury sliders because I leave all the sliders at default.
They'll ride the hot hand.
And then I just wow, they're running all over me. I need to start stopping this. And then I adjust the penalties and auto subs inside the franchise mode. But yeah, I always hit reset, and then I hit triangle to import it. Brings in those three, and then I'll
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense.
We're gonna
that QB is a threat, and they're gonna run all kinds of options, and he's gonna run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker.
Let's go here. We'll go cover zero. We'll make them think. I gotta start switching up my shell looks.
When they've got him looking run now to
woo!
Pressure is effective.
Let's
from
go.
The defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 40.
Yo, you're good, man. I understand this stupid autocorrect, dude. I've been there, done that. All right, we got 3rd and 14. We're gonna run our dime. We're on dime rush here, and we're gonna do a cover 3, but we're gonna actually man it up. Normally, I always run zone in 3rd and long, but I want to run man here. I think we can get some pressure.
Wide receiver shows motion. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
Okay. Pass breakup. First opportunity. So I'm definitely thinking we'll want to monitor a little bit more. I think the OPI was the culprit against Virginia Tech. It's a horrible kick.
That one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there.
So your guy wasn't as aggressive as you wanted it, basically. I'm gonna shoot. If we were on the other hash.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure
we're gonna audible out of this. That play wasn't gonna
go out and refocus this drive.
Work very well.
And some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Makes the catch. It's paid. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down.
I really want to take a shot, you guys.
A new set of downs after the
I haven't really called anything to take a deep shot down the field. And this is not a good play to take a shot against, but we're going to swing it out to the running back here. He should have a step on whoever goes to cover him. No, he stopped. I thought if he caught it and ran, you know. So yeah, you can change things though to impact the aggressiveness of the players. That's what I do. Oh my god, that was a horrible run by me. Really like to take a shot here. They're in some sort of zone. I have no idea what kind of zone they're in.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Turns it loose deep.
Oh! Oh my God. I don't know if I've ever seen a guy so wide open in my life, and he didn't turn around. I'm actually okay with that, because you wouldn't want him just to randomly turn around and, you know, have the eyes in the back of his head. But look at how they release him. They let him go free. This was one that you just had to have the time. We had to step up in the pocket to make it happen. But look at this. See, right here, that outside defender, I'm not throwing the ball right there. Because look at that, safety's over the top of him. They're covered right, he's covered right here. And now I'm stepping up into the pocket. Step up and look it. Now against his zone, he's wide open. I don't know if I've ever seen someone so wide open down the field. 30 yards down the field. I don't know if I've ever seen someone so wide open. And I see him, and I probably threw it a little too hard, but I don't know what that was for effort. But still pretty cool to see, like, if you have the time, you step up in the pocket,
you can show your exotic looks, you can get the
guys
pass
can
rush
get
going,
wide
everybody
open
in
like
the
you'd
back
see
end.
like a broken
Expect
coverage
him to
play
throw.
or whatever you
That's
want
how
to, you know,
force
I don't know if that's what it
incompletions
was,
and
but
He gets the
still
first
super
one
cool.
off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. They're able to put a
yeah,
stop
I
to that
can feel you on
return
that
right
with the
at
Heisman
30-yard
stuff, you know
line.
what I mean?
The Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work.
And for now, like I said, I'm on All-American. I think it's a good place to start as they continue to release like updates for the game and tweak things. I might visit Heisman down the line, but I monitor all that stuff. And with the interceptions right now in Heisman, 100% the reason I'm not touching it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I got to be on Heisman, I got to be on Heisman. Well, you can make All-American play harder, but I don't want to play on Heisman where every single mistake I make, I'm getting punished because they don't drop interceptions.
You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
They'll try to run for it.
We stopped him.
He just needed a
Hell
yard
yeah.
on third down, and there just wasn't any room
Hell
to pick it up.
yeah.
And the Broncos will punt it away on fourth
I'm also
down.
trying to monitor,
They'll try to really get into this
figure out a good quarter settings. So college teams average, or college games average about 170, excuse me, 140
but the offense set up in pretty good field position.
plays per game, so roughly 70 per team. A little bit more than the NFL. Teams in the NFL average about 60. I gotta sneeze 1 second.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive.
So monitoring play call totals, definitely something that's on my radar too. Currently, for those curious, I'm on 10 minutes with Excel clock with 25 seconds remaining. I do go lower. Normally I go lower on that, but honestly, with all the extra tools they give you for pre-snap, I want to have more time to like make line adjustments and things like that. What I don't like though is after you ID the mic, you can't shift your line. You have to do all that stuff first.
On third and short, trying to impose their
We're going
will
for
and
it.
move the chains. And boy, is
We are
he
going
close
for
to that
this.
First down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Man, and you
2-minute
see
warning.
those sticks and you're
Figure out a
like,
good play
dude,
call.
third and short, I just gotta fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense
You've noticed that
comes
the
up
sim
big
engine has
and
a
gets the
CPU
stop.
game as being.
So on offense,
I know they got to
how do
work
you
on some
think
sim
this one?
stuff. Some
Fourth
sim
and inches,
stats
just
are
line
off.
up something easy. You know, you
I don't
can
know that
execute
from
in your
experience.
sleep
I just know
and
that
keep
from
the
what
drive
I've
going.
seen a lot of people
They're
talk
in their
about.
own territory,
But I know in
they're
real
on
life,
fourth and
teams
inches, and they'll
average
go for it.
games, I should say, average 140 plays. So
Get it on the ground.
the sim, and people say sim stats are off. Well, if they're only averaging 100 to 115 plays a game, yeah, the stats are going to be completely off.
Trust your offensive line to get some
That would
more
make
out.
sense to
Let's
me.
keep this drive going.
Going up top on first down.
Slow as molasses, but we'll take it. Their man coverage is good, dude. That weren't even in man, they were in zone? Bro, did that look like zone? That did not look like cover 3. Look at this over here. He's running, what is it, outside dig? Look at it, comes in. That's zone coverage? This is zone coverage. Look at this. Number 0. Look at this. He sits and waits for him. What? I could have thrown it right here. He's open. And look at this post corner. That's open. But I didn't have enough time. I mean, I had time, but I stepped up in the pocket. But man alive, I've never, like, he literally sits there and says, I know what you're doing, in a cover 3. Like, what?
In the pocket, you can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off.
Oh, that's because a lot of guys, yeah, they don't use full 15 quarter. Yeah, I understand that. Oh, you mean for, well, the sim stats shouldn't go off of your, it should just be natural.
Get it out on the screen.
That was a horrible screen. Number 55, you got to do better than that, bro. We're gonna run. What are they doing here? I really want to take a deep shot. But that's not the time to do it. They're sitting back. We'll hand it off. We want to score before half.
Gonna run it. It's Payne. Picks up the first down, still moving.
There we go.
That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
We run in here. RPO. They're pressed. Ooh. Montgomery, he scored last time we ran one. No, I pressed R1, dude, and it didn't make me... I might have pressed it a second too early. I hate that. I pressed R1 to throw it to him, and it made me hand it off. That's frustrating.
He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Okay. Let's score here, huh?
He's looking for a man on second down. Right on the money.
Man, we would have scored if he stayed in. I'm curious if the stats change. If you're running in your league, like let's say 8-minute quarters, I'm curious if the sim stats are off of that instead of just normal full. Go out, running back. He was supposed to block and release, and he didn't. That's all I wanted him. That's all I wanted. Was him to just block and release. I was like, I got the perfect. They were in the perfect defense for that.
Operating in the red zone here on second down.
God, what's that safety gonna do? What do you guys think that safety's gonna do?
He's looking to throw. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown,
I'll tell you what, I don't know if
forcing completions like that.
Boise State's playbook is better than this one, but I do not like Marshall's playbook on offense or defense. I really do not. At least what the coach is suggesting for me.
On third down, going up top. Quarterback's throwing away from Heath. Blasted as he lets it go.
I think I missed someone cut across the field wide open there. I do my film study, you know what I mean? This is important too. I want to see what the coverage looked like. I wanted to go deep. I could have went right here. I rolled to the right because that blitzer. Did not know it was going to get picked up. I just naturally moved to the right. I don't think I actually missed anybody open. I mean, naturally someone blitzes, I'm coming to the right. And it's probably good I did, because if I stayed here, this guy right here is sacking me. Number 4, he's sacking me if I don't roll to the right. And so I actually do think I had people open, but the pressure caused it, and I wish this freaking fullback or halfback, whatever it was, would have moved upfield a little bit. I playmakered him and told him to go up the field, but by the time he did it, I could have thrown it sooner. Alright, it's alright. We're taking points.
Down's coming.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long.
Hopefully,
so
good look. Oh my God.
Especially when the field starts to
10-mile-an-hour kick.
The news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
I don't know how much the wind's going to impact this. Alright.
Smashes it between the uprights.
Take some points.
And that lead grows even bigger. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get
I'd like to see more
Western Michigan has
more from them. I mean, the quarterback, they've been running the ball up, but he hasn't done much passing. You know, it's been all short stuff.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision making.
And the quarterback goes.
Oh, we got the sack there? All right, cool. But again, that was going to be a short pass too. You know, he hasn't really done much to see what I want to see. We'll see if we get more in the second half. I mean, they're down 10. So if we can maintain a lead, we should be able to see more of him trying to push the ball down the field. I mean, the one time he did, we were able to... God, there's nobody there. We're 0-3. I guess that makes sense. I love that they have the crowd fluctuates based on how your season's going.
And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back.
I don't see any wear and tear stuff, though.
This young man is the total package, and his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole.
Like, where's the wear and tear
in the passing game?
Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense.
That's their badges. Oh, here's wear and tear. Not anything, really.
Here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime. And
I want to see them start flinging it.
Opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel
show
most
cover 3 on this, though.
What plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit.
I'm really curious what Western Michigan is rated.
So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive.
There's not a lot of running back rotations.
And it's getting late. Gets it out fast.
Oh no! That was pretty cool, actually. That was pretty cool. I'm not even mad about that. That was pretty cool. Just bounced off him a little bit.
No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got a man, it's Buckley.
Bro, freaking so many tackles, though. In general, I might tweak.
He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. When you get this guy the football in space in the perimeter of the field, he's got the
love it. Throw downfield. Okay.
To break tackles from the secondary. That's why this guy has an opportunity to play at the next level.
Ball's at the 22.
Push the ball down, off target throw.
Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? They'll try to power their way ahead. He is tackled.
We got to hold him to the field goal.
Set of downs.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder.
Definitely more offense in this game than the West Virginia game. So I wonder if maybe it is pretty... Oh, pick that off and a knockout. Okay.
going to take a hit
I think
like that,
for now we're going to leave OPI off. I loved the animations, but I hated
dropping back. It's Wolf.
All the took a deep shot. Okay, we're starting to see more from this, and we're getting off-target throws. That's the big thing about staying on All-American versus Heisman, is they just don't throw it off target. Okay, wide open. But I like that he was pushing the ball down the field.
Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback...
All right, we got a game on our hands here. Does anybody know what Western Michigan is rated?
PAT unit on the field.
Because we're a 77 overall, Marshall is.
And with the extra point,
all right, they just put the pressure on us to score again.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
I like it. Let's get into a shootout.
If it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. LSU is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These Bayou Bengals
I'm gonna start calling some of my own plays.
Off the canvas before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to South Alabama.
Yeah, I have no clue. I didn't know if anybody was watching the stream, but also like had the game on.
Thanks for the
it
update
was
on
like,
that
oh,
one.
we can look.
Let us know when it goes final. They're bringing heat.
Ooh.
And he was drilled just as he
I had.
Well, the quarterback was
I had a guy open, but the pressure.
He knew he was going to get hit, so he's just trying to get rid of it, but he forced it into double coverage. He's lucky that was only an incompletion.
Do you like that you have to adjust your line before you do the middle linebacker or the Mike linebacker? I don't like that after I do the Mike.
From the gun, the ground game.
Let's go.
Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the
because I'm so used to doing the Mike linebacker, you know, in Madden, right? First thing, always do Mike linebacker. So naturally, I just go out here and I just do it, and then it's like, oh, I can't shift my line. I can't shift my line here. Oh, there we go. We're gonna do a full slide. Need to get this.
On third and short,
they played that so well. Shit. Ooh. What's the flag? By the way, I have all that noise turned down because all the music in the background is copyrighted, so YouTube runs its stuff and like, oh, you're playing copyrighted shit, and yeah. So stadium sounds are all turned down. Foot contusion will return soon. Keep injury risk. All right, we'll sub out. He's going to come back soon, it said, right? We're going to do a cover 1 shell. A cover 0, excuse me.
They go to the draw. Sweet cut there. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up.
I'm really curious how many broken tackles there are.
Talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really
I like the running game, the openness of the running game. So I had broken tackles even less than what they are now, but I felt like a lot of the openness to the game was because of the broken tackles. And so I reverted it, not fully, but I nerfed it a little bit to allow more broken tackles, to allow more big plays. But I almost wonder if there's just too many. I'm curious. We played 2.5 quarters, literally like on the dot. I'm just looking real quick. It's only going to show broken tackles for running backs. It doesn't show for everybody else. I'm just curious. It's okay. It's only given 2. 2 for each of my guys. Oh, he's got 6. 6, and that's what sucks. It's like, okay, for me, it's balanced for for me, but for the and he's an 82 overall. Let's just see here. 82 overall with 6 broken tackles. What are our guys? 75 with 2. Okay. So honestly, based on the settings, it seems very balanced because these guys are not rated very good, and they each have 2. He's rated better and has more. So I think I definitely will nerf the broken tackles. Yeah, I nerfed it. Tackling literally PMO. What do you mean PMO? What do you mean by PMO?
Trying to throw and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Broncos line up to punt it
Yeah,
away.
the fixing the broken tackles is pretty easy. I'd adjust it in game if I could, but I can't.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line.
Reducing the broken tackles like definitely made the running game harder too, though. So that's where I was like trying to compensate for that and things like that, you know.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good
Yeah, it definitely feels like I didn't know we had a running back was only 75 overall.
Third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having
Oh, I really want to take a shot. I haven't been able to throw the ball deep.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw.
I should have went to X,
With the catch, it's Montgomery.
but I like getting him the ball, man. He is a playmaker.
49-yard line. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Oh, so I meant like I nerfed it from where I originally had it, where I buffed it. Does that make sense? So I had tackling in the broken tackles significantly reduced, and then I nerfed what I initially did, is what I guess is to clarify a little bit.
Looking to move it through the air.
Did I loft that too much? Oh, we caught that.
That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
So I'm going to revert, and then if the running game gets impacted a little bit more, I can always just...
The give from the gun. And he's brought to the ground, but not before
deal with it.
he gets enough for the 1st down.
I really just want to throw one up. I don't care if their impact player is a corner. I just don't want to throw it into double coverage. I don't like that look. Oh, dang it, man. I can't even audible out of this because don't have time.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure.
I wish you could see fatigue, man.
Using your pads, running through them, and guess
That's
what?
his wear and tear.
This play, does he feel it?
Composure.
Next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps,
But no
this will
fatigue.
pay dividends.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Got it set up on the outside. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down.
Oh, he is not explosive at all.
Big gain. You want to call that play?
What do you want to call here?
More yards, but you could tell.
We're on this RPO.
From seriously busting loose. Nice
We're
job
in
running the
scoring that 10-mile-an-hour wind, though. This is a long field goal kick.
That might have been
Ooh,
huge.
that's not going to be a good play. We're going to hand it off.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Just outside the red zone as they pick up
We definitely
the first down.
got
They score
to
at the
score
22.
points to keep the pressure
They're
on.
about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive.
Play action has not worked all game because every time I've called play action,
Wants to throw on 1st down.
they've been in. Is this a touchdown? No.
It's Payne.
He's too slow.
Got
We'll get
to
1st and
the
goal.
line.
That's the first time play action's worked all game.
Goes out of bounds, and now they've
Oh,
got
and what do you know? They were in a
1st and
zone.
goal.
That's probably why it
They
worked, huh?
built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball
What's
to
the
the back
coach
and let him do
suggesting?
his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field.
The
Like it threw-
never
right,
fails you
line of
play,
scrimmage,
the
but
jet
you know, I got
pass.
a guy, when he gets in space, he can make
I
big
wish it
plays
was to
happen.
number 10.
Nice
Where's he
decision by
at?
the QB.
I forgot his name. Montgomery? Is that his
Motion
name?
from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver.
Holding. It's coming back.
He's brought
Shoot.
down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Marshall,
that actually might be our benefit here. Give us a little bit more room. There's Montgomery, except he's going in, and we got. We're gonna run an out.
Receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment.
Wish I had more time to customize that. That's where they fooled me too. He was playing inside, and so I adjusted him to run an outside route, but he jumped the outside.
If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods.
So yeah, 6.6 average for them. And imagine, so that's where I say like the running game. So if I go ahead and I adjust, which I need to, the broken tackles in college football, you know.
Snap it to the back.
Because
And makes his way into the end zone.
heck yeah. Because okay, if I nerf broken tackles some more, they're already averaging 5 yards a carry and 6 yards, which is normal for college football, especially lower rated teams, you know what I mean? That they're probably not going to have 6 broken tackles if they were playing against, you know, a team like we're only 77 overall. Ooh, there it's finally showing it. Okay. He's got high risk of injury, huh? Well, if they'd rotate my players in a little bit more.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures.
I didn't set my depth chart, though. I didn't set, like, third down back, power back. That's something that's definitely important to help with rotations. Because I have fatigue at 70. And I left the default auto subs for that. Alright, they're in we're in the 4th quarter. They're down 10.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a
see more quarterback action from him. I want to see more of this quarterback.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Man, that D tackle
we're gonna play around with him. We're gonna change up these shell looks.
Dropping back, it's Wolf. Unloads it left. He's got it.
He was not throwing it to him. I love that happened though. He was throwing it to the guy coming across. He overthrew him. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me. Overthrew him and the other guy caught it, which I'm fine with. That's happened. Oh my God, no. Laid him out.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
All right, what are we gonna call here? Linebacker blitz. Yeah.
Listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays.
I just want to try to confuse him.
He's going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. He's got to make sure he's.
Really want to get an interception, man.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. And the Broncos are on the move.
They're moving the ball down the field a little too easily.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver.
For the 4th quarter, like, situation. Like, I would prefer if my defense was playing a little bit better and weren't just letting them just walk down the field.
Flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to.
We don't have a very good defense, though.
Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks.
We're going to get a little aggressive. They've already moved down into scoring range, so it's like, what do we got to lose here? Let's get aggressive. Maybe we force a turnover or
he's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose
do something like that. So we're gonna show 2-man. We're in this cover 4 palms.
That's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense.
Really want an interception, man.
Give to the running back. Dropped after
We'll take 3rd and 8. We'll take 3rd and 8 right now. We're going to run this dime. We're going to blitz. We're going to be aggressive.
Close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Looking to move the chain.
We'll take that stop.
And sure, tackling
10-mile-an-hour wind. It's not guaranteed either.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
Yeah, if he misses,
No,
let's
no
go.
good. Guys, that field goal could loom large, missing an opportunity
Heck yeah.
to get within a touchdown.
All right.
We're still sitting on a 10-point game.
We're going to be
Offense
super
coming out.
safe
They
way.
unleashed an aerial last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense.
I thought if I could have got to the left side of that, I think we're gone. I was trying to get over there.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also
If that would have been, what is his name, Montgomery or whatever, that number 10 dude,
You've got one-on-one matchups, man. Take
who's a
advantage.
freaking animal, I think we score.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They finally make the stop at the
I gotta learn all
those sticks for the 1st down.
all the celebrations.
Didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense
We're
picking up a nice run there.
we're gonna run this. You got one linebacker there. If we're able to get,
On the ground, clock is their friend.
yep.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back. He's looking at his playlist, and he's saying,
I forget we
"Which
need to run
runs
some
work
clock.
the best
I have
for me
not
in
been
this
running
game?
clock.
What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?"
They're on 1st down.
I should
It's
probably set
2nd
the
and
2
5.
clock, huh? I wanna like try to draw him off sides.
Inside give.
Ooh.
He's knocked down
Wasn't
to
the best idea.
backfield. He'll lose a couple.
All right, we're
It's gonna be
definitely
tough
throwing
sledding
it
for
though.
the offense
Like
here. They're trying
we're
to
not
ice
here
this
to
game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here
play it
late in the
safe.
game, but the defense
We're
knows
here
the
to
run's
win
coming,
this
right? So they're
thing
gonna be
right
loading the line of
now.
scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
We might have something here. We might have something.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through
Nope.
the air.
I was holding. I wasn't gonna risk it.
With his quarterback, and down he
Wasn't even
goes.
gonna risk it.
The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to
They were
send an
dropped.
extra
Yeah.
rusher.
So look, if there
It
wasn't
goes up
anywhere
front
for me
to-
to go. There was nowhere for me to go. If our protection would have held up a little bit longer, like this is covered. He's right here. I guess we had him over here. I did not even look over there, man. I was looking at these 3 guys over here. It's tough to make your way all the way over here to see that. But I had pressure pretty quickly. That pressure came up the middle. Yeah, the only person we really had open was over here. But I was reading to the right side. And that pressure came. See, I wanted to go right here, but he was still right here. He hadn't dropped back yet. So even if I threw that, that's not going to be open. I think I made the right decision just hanging on to the ball.
All that means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field.
They haven't called the timeout yet, so we're going to run this down to the 2-minute warning.
Athletic defensive line.
We got our
still does a
10-point
great
lead.
job getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
I'm surprised they're not calling timeout. Have you guys played, like, how is the CPU, like, timeout logic?
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
That's okay. You would have thought they would have saved 20-something seconds there and called a timeout.
Marshall will be
You're down
forced to
2
punt.
scores.
He's going to try to flip the field with this one.
With the clock stopping after every first down, of course you'd want to save 24, 25 seconds. That's like 3, 4
We've reached
plays.
the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here.
So definitely disappointing they didn't
First down here
call a
for the
timeout
offense.
there. I'm curious if you guys have had any experiences with the
Through the
CPU
air. It's
timeout and clock management.
Fires to the wideout.
That's holding, it's coming
It's
back.
complete. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one.
You know, I'm glad they did two commentary crews, but man, the commentary is so robotic. They say you could call holding on every play, and they did on that one. Ooh, he's going
wants
deep.
a big play here late. And the DB
That's
forcing the
just,
incomplete
it's just
pass with
not
the
good.
deflection. Well, the defense didn't get caught
It sounds like
napping
commentary
there in
from
this
PS2
situation. You know
days, like when they didn't have a lot of technology to make it fluid.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deeper. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper. Understand?
Get there, get there, get there.
They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
CPU barely calls timeouts, so I'm assuming they'll drop an update that'll
Throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's going up top here late
pick
in
it.
the game.
Hits him in the
And
back,
that'll be
okay.
incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Man, I like that he's throwing the ball deep. I just wish they would have done it earlier than 3rd and 20 in the fourth quarter, you know?
This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up. You feel really
That's
good.
roughing the passer, and he caught it anyway.
He's
My
brought
CPU
down,
guy did a
gets
roughing the
flag on the field.
passer.
Let's see what the call is. I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback
That-
late until you got an earful from the
That
coach
sucks.
who cost your defense 15. Free
We're not
yards.
getting any pass rush
Down
against
for the
them either
offense
right
after
now.
that penalty. Back to the air one more time.
There we go.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Couldn't make the connection last time.
Oh, there we go. Now he's back in. It's our impact pass rusher.
Throw. It's Wolf.
Nothing.
They're trying to get to it. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Trying to get everybody set.
I think it's safe to say we're going to win this game, I would think, unless they score pretty quickly here.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Got his man quickly. And
No
he's
timeout.
not going to
Okay.
make it. The defense denying him the first down. On 4th down, they'll throw for a shot toward the end zone. Can't find
Alrighty.
his man. It'll be
We're definitely going to win, but yeah,
incomplete,
they're
and that
they're
is a
timeout. They're
heartbreaker
timeout. They didn't call any
game.
timeouts there.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field.
Why wouldn't have you called
Final minutes.
timeouts
This
to
game's on
like
ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute,
Preserve
and
time.
perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement too to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points.
I like
This thing
that
is
juke.
easily over. Now they can just chillax.
I like it better when you're not running with a 75-year-old quarterback, 75 overall quarterback, excuse me, who just doesn't really have. I don't want to run kneels, man. Not when they're calling timeouts. That's no fun.
They've got a first down. Right back to the well. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of
I'm
scrimmage.
really curious.
Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26
Play
seconds
call
left.
totals
They got
and
nothing on the
looking at a
last
couple
play.
other things.
It's
There's a
2nd and
lot
10.
more offense in this game than the points would indicate.
They'll go to the ground. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
God, he sounds just. They ripped off 7 on that one, and now I don't know, man. That's just not very good commentary. Like, you can tell it's just not a natural flow, you know. He's reading off of us. He's reading off of something, and he's trying to read it and be emphatic instead of just normally saying something.
He takes the knee, and it took a while, but they are finally into the win column.
Yeah, you can tell he's reading and almost trying to sound like a certain way. The other crew with Fowler isn't much better, but they are better.
Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week.
20 carries, 104 rushing yards for 75 overall.
And this is why practice is so important, guys.
We had that big run that was pretty dope.
Was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film.
And that big play too.
Practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves,
look at some stats.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team.
Definitely curious about plays. All right, so let's look here. First, let's look at the CPU. We're also going to look at time of possession real quick first. So, I mean, that's about as balanced as you can get for time of possession, man. 16 seconds? That's crazy. All right. So let's look and see here. All right, so they had 26 rushes and 25 attempts. They only had 51 plays. We had 22 attempts passing and 28. So what is that, 60? 60 to 51. Either way, not enough plays. Not enough. We called 60 plays, they called 51. Look at the yards per pass, that's pretty good. The passing yards are pretty even. We were only 1 for 7 on 3rd down. Wow. So total yards, what are we at here? I don't want that. I want to see the... So both teams were over 300 yards of offense, and Western Michigan ran 19 on average, 19 fewer plays than what our goal should be. We ran 10 fewer plays than what the goal should be, and so we probably want to do, like, we're at 10 minutes right now at that 20 plus 22 is 50. Yeah, thank you, my bad. My math was awful right there. Thank you. That was horrible math, man. Wow. Sean, so I'd like to take credit for that, because the way that I get the quarterbacks to throw deep down the field in Madden has been to change the auto sub to 0-1 to make them more aggressive, but they already have that built into the game. So I can't take credit for the CPU quarterback on that. I mean, I did that in the play now ones, and it impacted it, but they already have that inside franchise. Default auto sub. Okay, so excuse me. Play calling was pretty freaking split too. They had 51 play calls. We had 50. We want roughly 20 more play calls per team. We'll get more yards and more scoring to match college. So we can kind of just break this down mathematically, right? If 10-minute quarters with 25 Excel clock is getting 50 play calls per team, that's basically, we would want to go to get another 20, which is like a 40% increase, 45% increase. We would probably want to bump up to, I'd say, 2, 4, 6, another 8 minutes. That'd be almost another quarter. So I think, yo, Mikey, yeah, 100% these are NFL stats, because, like I'm just breaking down right now, they're not enough play calls. The college football averages 140 plays per game. We just ran 101. So we need to get 40 more play calls. 40 more play calls are going to get us more offensive yards, more points. It's going to be not 17 minute. It's literally going to be 12 minutes, but we're going to keep the 25 Excel clock. So I was just saying we're on 10 minutes right now. But based on the math, it'd be 12 minutes, but we can keep the 25-second runoff. We want a 45% increase. 8 minutes out of 10 is going to be pretty damn close, so we'll bump up to 12 minutes. But we're going to keep the 25-second. I mean, you don't have to, I guess, keep the 25-second clock. I like it because I like to have more time. So, yeah, 12 minutes I think will get us that extra play calls, which is going to impact to get us the college stats, not the NFL stats. NFL averages right around 60, so 60, 65, but obviously they don't have nearly the amount of big plays, right? So yeah, college you're gonna want to have more scoring and more yards, which again you throw in an extra 20 plays for both those teams. You know, you think about it, if we had 50 plays so both teams are at 300. Let's just do this math here. Got a calculator. We had 365 yards. 365 divided by 50. So we average 7 yards per play. So if you do 7 times 20, that's an extra 140 yards. We would have finished, if we ran the right amount of plays, we would have had 500 yards of offense. The CPU had 317 yards divided by their 51. They averaged 6.2 yards. So again, 6 times 2 is 6 times 20 is 120. I mean, I guess 19, whatever. We'll just easy math at 120. So they would have had 450 yards of offense. Yeah, it's 100% the game within the game. But unless they could have had another big play or something too. But if we just maintain what we averaged, we're having 500 yards, they're having 450, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have more points to go along with that, right? So identify Barstool Game Time, whatever the video game one for Barstool Sports is, posted today that they said reportedly getting the next patch tomorrow. Yo, Caleb Woodward, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you. You're going to have some cool access to some stuff, man. Appalachian State would be fun, too. I am curious. So one thing I'm very curious about, too, we're going to back out. I'm curious what Western Michigan was rated. Was it kind of close, or were we supposed to win that? So they're an 80 here, right? We know that the played-out ratings are different than Inside Dynasty, because Marshall is a 74 here, but in Dynasty they're a 77. It's weird. Some teams go up in Dynasty, some teams go down in Dynasty. It's really weird. Either way, we could at least assume if we're a 74 or a 77 in Dynasty, we could definitely assume that Western Michigan was probably pretty closely rated to us. So that's a pretty balanced game as far as overall matchups go. Out of the box first day, bro, they were pretty close. My big issue that I think a lot of people had, and we're gonna leave it. The pursuit angles were horrible. That's an easy fix. But the pursuit angles were horrible outside the box. And obviously so many broken tackles, which again was a pretty easy fix. Otherwise, it's been good. I mean, I've been dropping my beta sliders from Play Now for the members in the members section on YouTube. And I've been getting good feedback there. Granted, it's been Play Now, and switching over to Dynasty. If I pull it up here real quick, let me look. The only change So when I imported, when we first started against West Virginia, that was straight up my Play Now test sliders brought in. And the only change we made was I had turned OPI off because you got some really cool animations from the wide receivers attacking the football. And then West Virginia had all these crazy contested catches. So I turned it off, and then we saw that Western Michigan did not have, like, the knockouts that should have happened. Yeah, tackling pursuit angles were rough as an easy fix. Easy fix. Now I'm curious, Appalachian State, they're going to be rated a little bit better than us. I don't really feel like there's a need to change anything from what we just had. So they're 78, we're 77. Again, very, very balanced. I don't like this playbook though. I don't like this defense. See, it's just a 4-3. They don't even have a Marshall playbook. All right, so we're just gonna run a 4-2-5. If they're running a 4-3, we'll just switch it to 4-2-5 just to get some better plays. But we want to run for uniforms here. We just ran the green and what did we run? We just ran these, so we're gonna switch it up. We'll run all black. Or do I? Thought they had a green helmet for some reason. We do this. And then we're gonna rock the Appalachian State all whites. Those are filthy. Nomad. Yeah, pursuit angles. I mean, did you guys see any issues with pursuit angles in the game you guys been watching? Before I say yeah, I fixed it, did you guys happen to see any pursuit angles or issues with pursuit angles before I tell you all the sauce? We'd be able to do that because I don't want to have you guys. Yeah, there was all these issues. I didn't notice it personally, but
Stadium, home to the thundering herd of Marshall and one of the toughest places to play in all of college football.
So I tested speed parity at 50, I tested it up to 75, and then ultimately I'm at 0 now. On the Madden 25 beta, I'm up at that 75 on the speed threshold. They changed a lot of things in the gameplay, I really like it. You still think pursuit angles are off here? In the gameplay that you watched just now, you thought that they're still off? I felt like they're much improved. Might not be perfect, but better than what they were.
Coming out with it, it's Robinson. They drag him down,
but I could be biased. But I'm on 0 for speed threshold, man. Just because I was just thinking about it. In the NFL, like, everybody's fast. You know, so there's not as much of a difference in speed in the NFL. College, though, not everyone's super fast. You know, college is completely different. And speed is huge. There's a huge gap.
This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
In speed in college. That's why I ultimately went to 0. Oh, when you're playing, pursuit angles are off. Why are you waiting until Black Friday to get the game? The game's good, man. It's got some quirks and stuff like that, but every game does. And but it's still really, really good. Swoop Montgomery.
Looking for a crease.
Ooh, okay.
And he is
good defensive play.
By the big defensive lineman.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offense?
I don't know if it's gotten patched or not. Like, on my literally live stream for the release, we had pursuit angles that were an issue, and I went and fixed it on stream right away. And I haven't I adjusted the settings and I knew would fix it, and I haven't touched it since. So whether they patched it and fixed it or not, I'm not sure. I just know that I made my change to address it, and haven't had an issue since. Oh, he's so slow. I like the stiff arm, but man, he's so slow. How's the new sliders? Scoop, they're feeling pretty good right now, man. Got my ass absolutely handed to me by West Virginia to the point where I super simmed, but again, I think a lot of that was because of a setting that we adjusted after the fact, and then won a good game against Western Michigan. Get off. Oh, damn it, they came through way too fast. Won a good game against Western Michigan. Play calls were off because of identify. That is not what I did to fix it.
From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go.
Oh.
Got it on the outside, it's Harris.
So I have... See, I have all that stuff on. All of it. Yeah, I didn't go to 0 parity until after I played like 4 or 5 games. To switch pursuit angles, y'all, is super simple. In penalties, you turn off running into the kicker and roughing the kicker.
That is so well done.
Super easy. It's been like that in Madden for years. And they're on the same engine, so as soon as, I mean, if you look at my Madden 24 slider set, I have those off because of pursuit angles in Madden too. I, of course, started the game up and just left everything at default just to see how it is. You don't want to just go in there and start going crazy. But yeah, pursuit angles were horrible, and so because of, you know, my experience with Madden, building sliders in Madden, it was just really easy to know, go turn those two things off and boom.
They're going to win the football game.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. And they force a negative play.
Gonna run it. It's Roberts. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And these
we got a 3rd and 10.
They swallow human beings when you get.
I think we got a. Oh yeah, I got a better playbook now.
Those guys, those running backs.
Let's
put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because they're.
We're gonna man up. Like I said, I normally don't run man. I normally don't run man in 3rd and long. Ooh, I'm glad I did. They ran a draw there. Bro, I'm as serious as a heart attack. Turn off penalties, roughing the kicker, and running into the kicker.
Listen, guys, this is one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire country.
And watch the pursuit angles clear up.
Goal line and running the football. Not a lot of success on that last play. Hey, bud, get back to doing what you do best. Throw the ball.
Marshall takes over.
I'm very curious of how I want to attack it defensively. Like, running the ball, we've had some holes, but my guy is so slow.
It's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get.
I don't know if I like this, but
best way to do that: identify where your best players are.
Oh, we're gonna. I gotta call timeout.
Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Apparently, some confusion as the.
What slider did you change to 70%?
Their first of the half. Line gets set. First down.
I have all that stuff default, like the defensive assist and all that.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is
we got 3 carries for 4 yards, and all 4 yards came on that play.
They're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him.
It's completely different so far than Central Michigan.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Conley.
There we go. All right, I want to throw something down the field, man.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches
not that play. Not that. Yeah. Because if they're in a cover 3 or cover 2, we can hit that post corner. Potentially have Chapman down the middle.
Get it to him. Let him do the rest.
Wants to throw on first down.
Oh, nice play by that DB.
zone coverage that time, and the cornerback a nice job with his eyes. He's watching.
Do they get called a lot when they're on?
The ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it.
I don't know. I didn't turn it off because I had that issue. I just, you know.
Now on second down.
But good to know. Oh, I really want to throw deep to Montgomery. I had that guy wide open just to... Nope, right here. Let's just get 2 yards, apparently. I thought I was going to get like 5 or 6.
Just a short pickup. Sometimes it's easy for the receiver to get lost running a drag through all that traffic, Jesse.
Yeah, and this is a receiver too, Reese, who's dangerous once he has the football in his hand. So I like the idea on offense
ugly
trying to
3rd
get
and
this guy
8.
the ball quickly to see what he can do out once he has it.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call.
No, we're not. We're just adjusting our protections, man.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
Oh, he didn't catch it. No!
He got drilled trying to
I like that they keep track of that. Look at that. They already got 4 quarterback pressures. Turning off, yeah, M2. Turning off the roughing the kicker and running into the kicker. Both of them.
Will be forced to punt. This will be the second time
Fixes pursuit angles, yeah.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair
Oh, really?
catch.
That's wild. Well, I'm glad. I mean, then turning it off. You shouldn't have experience with. If you turned off both of them, you shouldn't have issues with pursuit angles. Then.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job.
I like that catch animation.
Just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one.
Oh, did he not get in?
And they take another look at the play.
He caught that.
The officials on the field were right, and the play will stand.
Man, we almost picked that up that last play, man. Like, we would have had it. Well, he dropped it, but if I didn't get hit as I'm throwing it,
to the ground with the back.
Probably could have given him a better ball.
Pick up 3 out to the 35.
You know, runs like this.
I've had a couple people ask me to do CPU versus CPU, and I can see why, because I enjoy watching it. So basically, once I'm able to get my user versus CPU sliders, and then kind of get the main content out of the way, or my main videos for this out of the way, then I can go ahead and look at CPU versus CPU. It's just, initially, it's not the priority. It's got to be the other stuff. Oh, he just dropped it in the rain. This is back-to-back rain games.
The Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time.
So I'll explain what the penalty's impact is on gameplay when oh my god, he's so fast, he's so explosive. We're gone. We're gone. We're gone. Let's go. When I drop my slider video, I will break down all the impacts of all that stuff to help you guys tweak and adjust based on your experience and stuff like that. That was an awesome kick return, man. Just turn him off, Mikey. Just turn him off, man. I just was not paying attention. Okay, good. That's my second punt return. I haven't had a kickoff return. No, I've had one kickoff return. That's my first punt return touchdown. And that's honestly the power of zero speed, to have some of that bigger plays. And that's the reason I went to it, is like to have that breakaway speed.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
You had a stretch of 5 rain games in a row. Well, you know, you might be onto something there, Josh, because when I've been doing the play now games, I'll always hit random for like weather, and every random game was a snow game. I mean, I wasn't complaining because I love snow games. Why are they not throwing the ball? But I thought it was weird or interesting that every single time I went random when I was doing a play now game, I'd get snow games. I think they know. Oh, good play call. I think they know people love weather games, and maybe that they just did it a little bit.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to
throw the ball.
somehow at least establish a
running it again
of a running game for exactly
what
you just said. You got to be able to use play action pass later in this game.
Throw the freaking football, man.
It's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Let's just man it up and run a cover 3 shell. I love the shells that they added to this game. I think that's fantastic.
Looking to throw it, Aguilar. He makes the connection.
All right, now they're throwing it a little bit.
To make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and
yeah, turn them off. Are you playing right now with Mikey, or are you going to be playing later?
Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time.
No.
Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity.
I like the 4-2-5.
A productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Credit because they were able to get penetration right off
I like the defense of the 4-2-5.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
What do we got here? We're gonna blitz right here. Free fire. We're gonna look like we're gonna cover 3 though. Yeah, definitely do it, y'all. You'll see an improvement. Again, that's what I have. I mean, are you guys seeing any issues with pursuits here? So keep in mind, what you're watching is All-American. I haven't made any changes to the sliders. Strictly penalties, auto subs, speed parity, fatigue.
Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth.
Oh my God! I thought he was about to break off that one too. Off that spin.
As they get set to snap it just about.
Yeah, but Nomad, here's the thing, bro. There's some penalties that get called in this game very well, but there's a lot that don't get called.
They'll toss it to the left.
For example,
we are headed to the end of the first
I have not seen a defensive pass interference in this game. No matter how high I raise it. False start. How many false starts have you guys seen? Holding definitely gets called more if you raise it. Illegal block in the back, you can't even raise it. I mean, so what I'll say is this. Raising illegal block in the back to 55 even, you'll get it called way too often. Roughing the passer, same way. So those are ones that are very sensitive. You don't really see much from them at 50, but you raise them up just a little bit and they get called a lot.
They'll run play action. Coming after it.
Ooh.
Pass is incomplete, and they might
pass rush is getting off. I can't even run play action. Their pass rush is so strong. But DPI is one that you jack that thing up. I still have yet to see a DPI call. So sometimes you just have to be like, yeah, I want it for to have the penalties called, but you have to also understand penalties impact gameplay, and if they don't, if you're not even going to get that penalty called anyway, don't worry about it.
This defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies.
Yeah, I get holding calls. Holding, I mean, we've seen a couple already today, and that's just with holding at 55. I have DPI. I don't have it at 95. I have it high, and I haven't had one.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last couple of possessions, but I'll tell you, the best way to get back into one is to run the football.
In all, like literally in the game, have not had a DPI call.
And the best news is
but you have it at 95 and you get at least one a game. Is that on the user or the CPU? And that's combined one a game, which is still really low if you think about it. You think about how often DPI is called to have a whole game in only one.
But if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do that.
I haven't seen DPI being called. So, that's kind of where I was able to make my decision on my setting for DPI. It impacts the gameplay, but it doesn't impact the play call rate.
got to do a great job.
Raising holding impacts the gameplay, but it also impacts the rate that the penalty's called. False starts the same way, offsides is the same. Well, false start, I don't know. I haven't seen really. I guess I haven't tried it that much, but at 55, I haven't really seen a lot of false starts.
Fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
And I mean, they're on the road. How many false starts have you seen from the CPU?
That's about as close as you can get.
But it impacts gameplay.
It will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line.
But holding calls are working pretty well. Like again, I put illegal block in the backup to 55 in play now games, 55 because you can't do it by one in play now like you can here. You have to do it by increments of 5. In Dynasty, it might be worth going like 51 or 52 or something like that. But just bumping illegal block in the backup to 55. The first drive, the first minute or two of the game, there was like 3 calls. I was like, nope, reverting back. Can't have that. It is overpowering, you know? And that's how roughing the passer is, too. Like, it's on 50. I mean, it's on default. And we had a roughing the passer called last game. I mean, we could, you know, look at, see what does just bumping it up to 1 do. Like 51. In Madden, you know, just changing it 1 time. 51, 52, you got crazy amounts of calls.
If you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Oh no! Made a good read there.
I'll tell you, the running backs and the quarterbacks in this offense, they got to give a lot of their success running the football to this offensive line up front. They're getting tremendous push.
So I can't give away all the sauce, Nomad, because a lot of that stuff is in my beta sliders for my members. So I can't give away everything that I have right now because that's kind of a member exclusive, you know, for my beta stuff. But it's just an easy setting that you can do, again, utilizing penalties.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
But I gave y'all the pursuit angles. Oh no!
Jumped on top of the pile.
Just because I know how frustrating that is, the pursuit angle one. Makes the game extremely frustrating to play. Oh yeah, we lit you up that time.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep.
I really want to run that mid blitz, but I have a feeling they're just gonna like he would just drop right over the middle of someone wide open, so we're gonna run the cover 1.
He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him.
Sack him.
Right in the middle of
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. It is good.
Yeah, that's the one thing about how they did their licensing is they can have dynamic crowds, where Madden, they used to be able to have dynamic crowds, right? And if you had a game that was a blowout or something, you'd see, like, as you went into the 4th quarter and stuff, the crowd would have hardly anybody in there. Apparently, the NFL said no to that.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field.
We're going to get a coach suggestion here. I don't really know what to run. I know that our running game has been
and their defense is
struggling, and I normally like to set up the pass with my running game.
Possession after possession, Jesse. This offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right
It's just not there. We're going to have to just fling it, man.
This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going.
Let's go 5 wide. Is there no 5 wide here? There we go. We're just gonna... We're just gonna have to open it up. There's no running lanes against that front.
He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Montgomery.
We'll take that.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
I can't audible out of this?
Quick to the line.
That's so dumb. If I could formation shift, but, you know, it is what it is.
Manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get
Woo!
Still on his feet at the 45. And
Heck yeah. We're opening up the offense now.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year.
Going 5 wide.
With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
He wants to throw. That's caught. It's
Oh,
and good coverage
that could have
by
been
defense,
so
just a
much
short
more.
gain.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
They keep attacking through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Brown.
Offense is cooking.
Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. We've reached the
Practice
2-minute
definitely does
warning,
make
and we'll see if the
perfect,
offense
man.
can build on this lead before the break. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. They'll throw it on first.
Oh, I lofted it too much.
Can't make the grab.
I didn't know
was looking for his
he
man
beat
right
him
at the
so
goal.
fast there at the line of scrimmage.
The offense just not able to
I was just
develop
lofting
that.
it, and I couldn't do that.
Play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end. He wasn't able to come
One of
up
these
with
slants
it
might be
because
wide
of the
open.
hit.
After the incompletion,
I'm so glad he hit me there. I was throwing a pick.
No
I was
fair
throwing a
throws
pick.
on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now
I made a
they start
horrible
down.
decision.
Oftentimes defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to
Because
get to him
that's
on
how they
that
program
one.
it, dude.
That's
It
why the ball was
sucks.
incomplete.
It's awful. I've been complaining about it for...
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Buys a little extra time.
That might be picked.
Throws in the
Shit.
end zone, picked off.
Brains,
He doesn't have the arm strength for that.
sun shining. I don't care.
Damn it.
I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Don't like taking points off the board. Dude, I've been yeah, basically it's they could change it too. So the way it works is there's set play calls or plays that are like designed to go against cover 3, cover 2, whatever. And they only incorporate like a few of them. So if you go in there and, you know, again, I haven't done it here, but in Madden, the easy way to get more plays from the CPU play call suggestion is just look at how they have their stars set. They have all these play calls in there, and you have like 6 or 7 players that are plays that are rated like 4 stars, and then a whole bunch that are like 1 or 2. So you get the same stuff just over and over and over again. What you do, you don't even have to add plays to, you know, they also, well, you should. They don't have a lot of plays in the playbook added to the different, yo, what's up, Dion? To the different, like, 1st and 10, 2nd and long, medium, whatever. They're missing a ton. Nice play, linebacker. But all you do is just get every play 1 star. If you give every single play in there, in that down and distance 1 star, put like 35 plays down and distance. Caleb, I am on.
More points on the board before the half. The Mountaineers will
Am I saying your name right?
1st and 10.
Caleb, it's spelled differently, so I just want to make sure I'm not like
Quick strike complete.
butchering your name.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a
Oh
good
yeah,
gain
dude,
on
they
that.
gotta play call suggestions in Madden has been awful, and I'm assuming they just copied and pasted it straight into this game. With the functionality, they could make it easy, man. They could make it a lot better because if we make our own playbooks,
Complete to the right. And he's brought down
I can get the play call suggestions to be really good. The only problem with that is there's a lot of times you put plays in certain, you know, on defense anyway, how you want to defend trips and stuff like that, and it won't stick.
just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34.
But the downside on Madden
He's
and
looking
on this game
And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time.
is in Madden, when you create your own playbook,
nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a
you
little
lose
bit too much
access
on that
to
pass.
formation
I wonder if
subs.
that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
They'll go back to the air on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was
is my audio, guys,
physical
cutting out?
matchup there. Third down coming.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play.
Another
there, but the
halfback
running
counter
back
here
just could not
downstream.
reel that ball
Is
in.
my audio cutting out, you guys?
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. On the move, it's Aguilar. Throws
Pick that.
wide out. Fires into traffic. Picked off. Got room on the return.
All right, cool.
And they'll drag it
Not on
down.
Twitch?
That's a
Okay.
good return on the
Hope it's not on
interception.
YouTube either, but YouTube was where it said that it's cutting out.
Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're
Oh, it
going.
was earlier, but it's
They
cutting out?
have the
Okay,
footing
cool.
underneath them. Defensive guys, you still gotta
Yeah,
guess.
so the thing is, with college football, though, I think custom playbooks would be a lot more viable because they didn't even include formation subs in this game anyway. So you're not losing anything by editing the playbook, you know, things like that.
They'll throw it on first down. That's caught. It's paid. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be
I want to get in
second
field goal
and
range.
3.
I'm pissed off
Quick
that
timeout from the
we should have at
offense
least had a
to
field goal
save
last time
precious
down, but I,
seconds.
you know, threw that
This
interception
defense is
because I'm
gonna
an
have to be
idiot.
Careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Quarterback wants to throw on second.
Got him! Oh, he dropped it!
Slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have
No.
been a huge
I do
gain.
coach suggestions sometimes, Dion, and if I don't like something there, we drop that right in the freaking breadbasket, dude. I'll do coach suggestions sometimes. If I don't like anything there, then I'll switch over and call my own play. Man, that's a play that's going to come back to bite us in the butt. Get there. Oh.
And they needed a little more
We got hit, and that impacted that throw.
Marshall will be forced to punt.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're
The thing is, I know he dropped that pass the play before because of the rain. Like, they made it very clear that weather impacts
And they'll mark
games.
this one at the 15-yard line.
So, if we didn't get rain games every single game, that probably would have been a
Now you
catch.
find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half?
I have not had a kick 6 on me, but I think that's freaking awesome. I would have clipped that. I mean, it sucks that it was against you, but that's still so freaking cool.
Before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so
I
smart.
love
You're
seeing
gonna be
cool stuff like that,
aggressive.
even if it's like on the CPU. As long as it wasn't like complete BS.
They make the stop, and that is the end of
It's a very
the first half.
defensive game. Weather
First
has
half.
impacted
Now
things.
join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Huntington. And I get it. A lot of
So that's the other reason why I kind of wanted to look at the yards per play on this. This is very low compared to the 6 and 7 from Western Michigan. And they're similarly rated to Western Michigan. It's just a completely the game of the flow of the game is just completely different.
And help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Jones C. Edwards Stadium.
Thanks for
Let's
that
look at the
halftime
stats.
report,
Obviously,
Kevin.
anything can happen, but
Second half, Justin.
I'm curious. So Appalachian State's very similarly related to. Look at this. We can't run the ball though. We've only ran it 5 times. I completely gave up on it. The other problem is they've ran it 22 times. I only have 23 play. I guess I had that return that took away a drive. But they have 22 rushes so they have had 36 play calls. So they're on pace for 70. I think we're nailing it. I haven't had as many plays, but that's because we had that kick return, then I can't run the ball. So it's either my passing is working or my third down conversion is shit. But there's not a lot of offense here. They're running the ball too much. They need to throw it more.
Go, and Marshall will kick
See if
it
we get
off.
some bigger plays here in the second half. I personally think we will.
He'll start
Yeah,
the
I
return
definitely do
inside
that
his
because that's
five.
freaking sweet.
Nice
I
job
want to
by
watch
the
that.
kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the
The
field.
game is sad that I'm trying to crack the code. It's just a completely different game than the Western Michigan game as far as offense is concerned. The play calls are there, but the yards per play are down. There hasn't really been a lot of big plays.
Relying on hitting some explosive plays.
And the thing that's frustrating is, this is not my first time playing Appalachian State, they run the freaking crap out of the football.
What do? You keep playing pitch and catch.
But they're not being successful with it like Western Michigan
I need
was.
the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is
And then this quarterback is he's just going underneath. But I'm not even making changes to like my coverage and stuff that should impact that or take that away.
On third down, he drops to throw.
There he's going deep.
Ooh.
Ooh.
They wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with
It's not dynamic in the sense like it'll start raining randomly or stop raining randomly, but it is dynamic in the fact that it impacts a lot of things on the field.
Just not really able to get that done.
Catching,
Incompletion on
running.
third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Kicking the ball move when you're throwing the ball, it'll move. We'll try to run the ball again here real quick. We ran it 5 times, no luck. 5 carries for 3 yards. We'll
And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
see if we can't get back
I
to.
think more than anything, it just gets
Look at that.
frustrating. And
We
you gotta
cannot
put
run the
behind you.
football.
You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful.
We'll try a draw.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the
You can't
perfect
turn
plan
off
just to get a
defensive
first
pass
down.
interference. I mean, you could set it to
These
0, I
think you're
guess.
just trying to get guys out in space. See if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive.
Get out of my
play,
way,
and it
70.
breaks this
All right, 3rd and 2.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him
We're
down.
gonna run this halfback direct. We're just coming out 3 straight runs because I'm going for it if we don't pick it up.
Wide receiver
See if they show their hand a little bit here.
They'll go with a direct snap.
Okay. Okay.
You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. And
Heck yeah.
vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense.
Oh my
put a
God.
stop to it.
Please don't be in a cover 3. Please don't be in a cover 3. Please don't be in a cover 3.
Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it.
Oof.
Off the deflection, missed a great chance to
Just don't have the arm strength, you know what I mean?
Second down. Couldn't make the connection last time.
They're
Let's see if
all
they
over the
can
running
do
thing.
that.
That's why I just gave up and was like, I'm just going straight to passing. 5 wide. And he, oh, good block.
Using the quick game.
Oh,
He stopped just short of the goal.
I thought he got it in.
An explosive play.
That was actually really dope. I want to go to instant replay. Like how he leaned. I thought he scored. Show the replay. At the end there, I juked, and then he kind of came inside and was like, that was sick. Right here. And then I thought he got in. I gotta watch it one more time. Give me the angle I want to see, game. It's not gonna give me the angle. Hold on. Okay. So this juke right here, he doesn't step out. Let's get out a little bit. Oh, he is just short. Okay. I thought live he got in. When it popped up and said, hey, do you want to celebrate? I thought it was because I scored a touchdown somehow.
Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal.
Can we pound this in? Yes, we can.
And will cruise into the end zone. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
That was good. At least we got the... I like that it showed his previous game stats there. That's really cool. Like I said, I haven't experienced any of this because this is my... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I maxed it. I haven't played any Dynasty, so I haven't got to experience all the cool stuff that they've done.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Ball State is currently ahead in this one, but let's remember this program has just one.
All right, so we got our offense going there.
So nothing is a given in Muncie. They're up by a field goal over Western Michigan. We've got our eye on this.
And the reason, I mean, they're just not throwing it. It's their play calls. Because Western Michigan definitely had plenty of offense, you know. And they had big plays. Oh, there he's going deep. No deep. That should have been DPI. Should have been DPI. And I think Western Michigan's yards per play got impacted the last little bit when they were like going really deep. You know, because they had to. They were down 10. The kicking's not harder than Madden. The issue is if you go max power, like in Madden for years, it's always been try to get max power. There wasn't really any penalty for it. Now if you go max power, you get a crazy penalty. See, their play calls are awful.
And the Mountaineers will bring the punt team
so you can't go max power. Yo, True Hall of Fame builds, man. Appreciate you so much, dude. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back on the field.
You ever made a Lamar Odom build in 2K? That's one I just don't see a lot of. You know, I was thinking about that the other day. I've always been like I've always either played like a wing, and I've always tried to go like with a Tracy McGrady build, or like a little Shaq version of a build. But I think a Lamar Odom build would be super fun. But I've never really seen anybody anyone do that. But thank you so much for the $5 donation, True Hall of Fame builds. Everyone in here, if you play 2K, you go give that man a follow. That's late. I threw it so late. Oh. And that's just getting used to the difference in passing this game compared to Madden. In Madden, that's a completion because the ball gets there so much faster. And that's just me. And that's why I don't get mad at that stuff. It's because I understand that this was me being bad. This was me making a bad decision. Because this guy is there. If I throw it right now, I'm a second too late. If I release this right here, that's a completion. But because I waited way too long, he gets to recover and go. And then the passing, it's just too slow to get over there. If I'm going to make that throw, I got to throw it way sooner. That's just on me. That stinks. You haven't made one. Think there'd be something in your wheelhouse, man?
I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week.
I mean, Lamar Odom's nickname was the goods for a reason. That dude freaking point forward, stroke the three, block shots, could cross people up. I think that'd be one of the hardest ones to build, honestly. Like, that's the reason I've never tried. Not that I'm not really good at that stuff anyway, you know.
Marshall takes over the ball, the thundering herd offense coming out.
Man,
that last pick
think we can get this play action to work? They're pressing up here, cover 3 maybe.
The defense is still celebrating.
We're gonna adjust the protection just to be
They
safe.
gave up some yards, but did what they're supposed to do now. Jesse, this offense has to.
Can I get Montgomery deep?
Yeah, they have to
Uh-oh,
recapture
this is
some
gonna be a
momentum here.
snap
What
it, snap
they
it.
can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Looking for a huge play.
Oh, let's go. Barely got that off. How can you make your own sliders in NCAA 25? You just kind of play games and you look at what you don't like about the game or what you want to change, or You know, something like that, and then you adjust variable things to change that. Whoa! He did not run the right route there. He was supposed to do a bubble screen. Hell yeah, man, I'm excited. I hope they make the builder cheaper in 25, dude. Like, it's so damn expensive. Like, not necessarily getting to the 85. Oh, he had that block shed immediately. But once, I mean, just to get to a 99, so much VC compared to what it used to be. This might not get us what we want, fellas. They dropped in. They had a good call there. Cover 4 quarters.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all
game. Dang it, we're getting some decent plays, like some chunk plays, but just we can't string it together.
Pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls.
Oh shoot!
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes in.
Can't string them together.
The Appalachian State offense returns to the field.
Enough.
That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive.
Not be able to run the football.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play.
I don't know what I could do to try to run the football. I'm trying running inside, not there. Trying to run it outside, not there. But I'm okay with it because we ran the ball perfectly fine against Western Michigan. It's just different matchups are going to get different different results, which I like that.
Understand the difference between the critical situations when I want him to take hits and the other times when I want him to take a slot.
Yeah, you got to live to play another
Get
day.
some pressure.
You're this quarterback right now. You know this defense, their eyes are lighting up every time they see you take off and run. They know
It's a
they're
very
gonna
defensive game.
Try to put you down.
Each team has a special teams, defensive touchdown.
Really try to save yourself because this team needs you if they're going to win the game.
He'll bring it back. It's Chapman. He'll put a stop to that return as he
I need to try to get.
the 41-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field.
Chapman's big play.
Let's
see here.
Matchups.
Does yellow mean I have a good?
It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
I don't know if yellow means I have a slight a favorable matchup or
what. That last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Good job running that route to get.
We're gonna go hurry up after this, I think. I want to try to do something to get a favorable look for running the football.
They're going to run it.
Oh my God, and we fumble it. Someone grab it. Big lineman grabbed it. Okay, I've got 2 more yards. I'm in franchise, James.
Great job having some awareness. The running back coughed it up, but
Let's see what we haven't ran here.
It's lucky, but it's a good job by the offense.
I haven't ran a lot of these yet.
Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster.
Just no freaking running game right now. And even that's not there.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defense?
Have we've maybe called one screen? Rob Dilla, I am not from Chicago. I am from the Midwest, though. Do I have it? Can you tell my accent? Do I have an accent?
On third down,
Get through, running back. Oh, my God. That was a great play call. Look at this. He gets trapped. If he slips through right here, I don't know why he doesn't get to slip through right here. There's nobody over here. I can run straight up the middle of the field and I'm picking up 10 yards. But because I have to wait for forever, that sucks. That was a great play call. Would have been a great play call.
Marshall will be forced to punt.
I'm from North Dakota. Lived in Colorado for 10 years. Los Angeles for 1. Yeah, sliders are a work in progress, man.
Lost yards on the play.
Not quite ready, although they are feeling pretty good. I'm going to drop a members update after this stream here, which will be after this game, and just get a little more feedback from people there just to verify that other people with other experiences, play styles, whatever, have positive feedback. And then I'm going to wait to see what happens with a potential patch, because the last thing I want to do is drop a slider set and then they drop a patch a day later or 2 days later, right, that nullifies that video. I don't like dropping slider videos and that require update here, update here, update here. Like, I try to drop as few slider videos as possible, and if you drop a completed set, then you don't have to constantly drop new stuff. There's some people out there, they do good work, but man, just to try to be first, they'll be like, slider set 1, version 1.4, version 1.6, version 1.8, and they drop a new video every other week. And I'm just like, no, man, just get your shit straight. Drop something completed.
That's way too easy.
Got it behind the line. It's Tucker.
Oh, their offense is starting to go now.
Catch and run. So dangerous, this guy.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now
I'd really like an interception.
I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver.
There we go.
That hole, and the quarterback
stayed home, thank God.
And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter.
All right, we're going into the fourth quarter. Got a good game. Wish there was some more offense, of course. But they can't really pass the ball. I can't really run the ball. So it's one of those conundrums.
1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. We'll start the quarter offense, about to snap it on second down. The give to the tailback. That play just never
they can't really run the ball either. Damn.
For a loss of 5.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the
We're just going to play coverage here.
Eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free.
We're trying to prevent that field goal.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose.
Hell yeah.
That pass not
good defense.
Trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
All sports, all games, James. Man, you are asking a lot of great questions. All questions that I will answer when I drop my slider video. I'll cover all that because I want to give you guys the tools and information to tweak and adjust things to your own, to tailor like your own experience. You know what I mean? And that's important information you have to have.
It's a point in the game, I think, as
but I can't drop it yet. I gotta wait till I drop a slider video. You know, keep some of that stuff in house, man. I mean, that's how my channel is. I'm sliders and settings, right? Like, people don't come and watch me do like gameplay and rebuilds like Bangle and stuff like that. You know, that's just not why people watch me. They want to watch for like what I create for them to use themselves. So I can't give away all the secrets, you know, until that video is ready. Oh, I don't.
The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice big?
I might take a shot here.
On the OC, let's call that one again.
We're gonna do a half slide to the right though, just to be safe.
Looking to go up top on 1st down.
Taking a shot. We got him. We got him. We got him. Oh!
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive
oh man, we had him. Just overthrew him. That was the one, y'all. That was the big play we needed.
Caught in the backfield. It's Harris.
Been waiting all game for that.
After that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up?
One-on-one, outside coverage, no safety help.
Yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Couldn't make it happen. Almost, Derek, man. Almost.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air.
Oh, my God.
Grabbed behind
They
the
blitzed
line. It's
everybody
around.
and opened
He
up that
works
middle.
his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just
This is the
couldn't
only
do it.
single
It's a
back
fresh
formation we
set
have
of
in the
downs.
playbook.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you
Okay.
get them to third down. You get them to those critical points, and now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
I think this will get us some yards.
Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand.
I like this number 44. He's not rated as high as the other guy, but I feel like he's just
They've
way
got a
more
lead here in the
successful.
fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate.
I'm really
everything
determined to get a
the
halfback
defense,
screen to work,
and
man.
you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late.
Try to
Looks
give him a
like
little
they're
look
getting
with the
stronger
motion.
as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the
We
offense.
can't get a halfback screen to work
Connection incomplete.
the whole
Seeing
game.
a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Red zone scissors. I think this is a
Here
good
they
play.
come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this third and short.
James, you would be correct in your assessment. I will tell you that much.
They'll try to get it through the air.
Catch and go! No, we're going for it. We're going for it. Nah, no. We're fourth and inches right down here.
Confidence in your quarterback because you've got fourth, you're in field
What's
goal
the
range,
Wildcat?
but
Nope,
you've
I don't
got
like
the
any of those
weapons
Wildcat
to get
plays.
one more completion and ice this thing. So, do you kick the field goal or do you go for it?
Let's run this here.
Fourth down and
We got
inches.
inches to
You
go.
read any book you want
They're
to,
in
any
press, so I was
analytical measure, and it will tell
thinking,
you,
hey,
go
bring it
for
out just in case they stack the line, but we gotta.
They'll try it on the ground.
No, man. At least we were aggressive. I don't want to settle for a field goal.
And how about the defense coming up big on fourth and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box.
That stinks.
Getting the big stop.
Using his legs, it's Roberts. Not much there.
Drove
Picks up
all
a
the way
couple
down
to the
there.
22.
They're
For
strong.
nothing.
They're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a
Oh,
chance.
good
when you
play
got that
call.
300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder. You tend to
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a
I guess in the
sack or
hindsight, if I
get
kicked the
hit
field,
up
then they
front.
would have
If the
had to
offensive line and running backs
kick
pick it up,
score a touchdown to take the
because now you
lead.
have trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know
Inches to go. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to get all the way down there with how hard it's been to move the football.
Come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to throw, it's Aguilar. It's complete on the
And
right
settle
side.
for a field goal when you have
Stopped
inches
at
to
the
go. Like,
46
I wanted
yard
to
line, but give him 10
say, hey,
yards
we're here
and
to
the
win
first
this
down.
game, you know?
And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Going to the running game.
Neither team can run the football. That's for sure.
On that one. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very
That's really impacted both teams offensively.
Tackled immediately after the catch.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving.
Pressure
Ooh.
there, and he lets it go. And they can't make the play on third.
Big defensive play.
They love the clean pocket where they can step
Ideally,
up,
we
throw the
either
football. That is
score a
not
touchdown
bad. Nice
or we
job
don't
by
give the ball back here.
Beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
I don't know what I should.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch
I
stands.
want to run the
I
ball,
think for
but
this offense, they can stay
we know that that's not
knowing
happening.
that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
And that is no fun for that wide receiver, thinking you just ran all the way downfield for that. Not out here
We're just overthrowing these guys just a little bit.
Conditioning. You're trying to catch TDs. What's going on?
They'll throw again after the incompletion.
No, no.
Here's an
Why did you drop back there?
And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
He followed. I am so confused here. I am so confused at why he was over there. Because he went with the out route. Look at this. He comes over. Well, what I could see initially, he went with the out route. I did not see him over there. From my angle, I did not see him until I threw it. I thought my guy, like at this point, I realized mistakes were made. At this point, I saw him. But I did not see him initially. I was like, oh. I could have just... No, I couldn't have scrambled. He disengaged. Damn it.
Quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision making. And that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this.
Yeah, got to hold them to 3 here.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
Protect against the cutback lane. Okay, they're throwing it. Oh my, wide open. All right. We just got to have a game-winning drive. You've thrown a ton of picks on crow route so far. Yeah, I just did not know that he was dropping into that. I initially looked and I was like, oh, he's following my... And then I was... Because that was dropping to the...
Zone 5. Contact. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive.
We have time.
Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability.
I don't. They're playing this play call perfectly, and I can't even audible to anything.
Dang, Palmer! I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were
oh
just
my!
Like, yeah, my bad. Hey guys, I got this.
Oh!
It was more, you
I can't tell you how frustrated that makes me. This is... We have the hole. And he goes and gets in my hole. Why are you disengaging and looking for somebody else? This is my hole. Block number 6. Hold, I don't give a crap. You can't go into my... Like, that's my hole. I'm there. And he just gets in my way. Dude.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative. Whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got
nothing going on the ground.
Because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has...
Catch and run. Go. Game. Go. You slow. All right, there we go.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first
Thrown
down
3 interceptions. I thought I only
really
threw 2.
Good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate.
Yeah, that's frustrating just because of the... It would have been a decent 4 or 5 yard pickup. You know what I mean? Maybe more. This isn't a... Okay.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the
oh my.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last
Thought I had him. I thought I had him. That linebacker just comes out of nowhere.
Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another
And says,
handoff.
no, not
Almost
today.
had another interception.
Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver.
Oh, dude, the amount of
Loose, and even though it's
times they
situation,
get in my way. No, I didn't mean to call timeout there.
quick timeout call by the
So
offense
stupid.
after the play, trying to preserve.
I was just trying to drop down to instant replay and it stayed on instant replay. That's frustrating. Do they not understand quality of life stuff? Okay. Why? Why? That's you literally run into me. 87 has the seal. I have the speed to get to the outside. 2 has a block. I'm going for 10 to 20 yards here, if not more. But he... What? Why? I'm designed to run to the outside. There is no reason why. See, he just cuts up there. This is weird because he's running to the outside. I have the outside seal. That's blocked perfectly. I'm going to have the outside with the speed. That feels like the game was cheating there. That feels like cheating. There's no reason for 28 to be running the way he's running, like almost like I could pitch it to him, right? And then instantly cut up field. He's not going to block anybody. Why cut up field right there at the exact time to run into me to prevent me from getting to the edge where I'm going to pick up massive yards?
Possible. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, third and long.
Call good
up.
plays, make the right reads. Can't overcome that.
From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end.
And we got another
He might
4th
be
and
known
1.
for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past?
What's
the first
28's
down?
awareness?
Why did you
15?
run your route short?
I just
Defense
picked
did a good job knowing where that was, but now 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Time is their enemy.
I don't know
It's
what it is,
running
but
out
that's,
on them.
regardless of
Down
awareness, that's just
for it on
ridiculous to
4th
me.
down. Running
Go
with
get the
power.
first down. Thank
And
you.
he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, they get the first down, going for it on 4th and 1, and they're in that fringe
Switch to
area
turbo
right
real
now in
quick.
the opponent's territory. So important for them to keep the momentum going because they've got to be thinking, we're scoring points here. We're going to pay this drive off.
Okay.
Quarterback will audible.
Half slide it.
He'll come out throwing on first down.
Hang
Catch
on.
in the middle. It's caught.
Thank you.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The give to the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
No, I don't like this.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Oh,
Catch
missed.
the ball.
Just missed it.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, guys, 4th quarter, you're trailing. You know that they're going to be throwing the ball and trying to be
Got the
aggressive, trying to
open
get
man.
into this one. Couldn't come up with the third
Got
and
it out
2nd
there,
down. Let's see what
and he
happens.
drops it. Okay.
From the gun, wants to pass. Those two not on the
Oh,
same
they
page.
played
It's
that really
incomplete.
well.
And if you're the deep,
I saw him leave him, and so I didn't even look at anything else. I was just eyeing the safety because like he might blitz. And he does. So I'm thinking right here, immediately get this out there, get it to him. And that safety comes up. What sucks is if I had time, you can't get much more wide open than that. Wide open, just torched. Just torched. That's a touchdown. This is a first down. just torched, but I made a bad, impatient read.
On this drive, but you've got a possession. You just need one more stop after that last incompletion.
If I lose this game,
blitz,
there's lots of reasons why I lost this game.
Let's find out.
But in the moment, that's the reason why, because that was a touchdown.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Complete and looking for enough for the first
okay.
down. And the defense able to
Hell
drag
yeah.
him down, but not before they'll recycle
Got the first.
that down marker.
Yeah, we're going to hand this off.
Looking for space. It's paid. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hacks.
We're going to hand this off again, too.
To slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
We're
all the way to the 2-yard line.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you can tell he takes advantage of it.
Can we have some decent blocking here? Like,
With jet sweep pass.
oh!
Touchdown!
Let's go!
And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, how about this quarterback right
Man, overcoming all the bullshit. Overcoming all the bullshit.
I let my receiver do the rest. Let my playmaker make me look really good.
This is really important. They still have time. You know, you never know what could happen to kick a field goal. Oh my God. That's 2. Why? Why do I always want to max kick it?
That is what they mean when they
Shoot.
get ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive.
That's 2 that I've done that. They have 3 timeouts. They get a big play or 2. I might lose this. They could easily get. They easily have time for 2 plays. They can go over the field with timeouts. I really screwed that up.
And there's a chance this may come down to the kicker, guys. So which hash
Oh my God!
like
See?
See? You got to play call this to give your guy the best chance to make his kick.
And how much confidence do I have in it? You know, what's his range? All those things come into account.
Bro.
How aggressive you want to be, maybe going towards the end zone.
Luckily, there's an 11-mile-an-hour wind.
Scanning the field, it's Aguilar.
No. No, my God.
Touchdown, Mountaineers. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Cover 4 in a dime.
You want to talk about big-time throws. This dude has a missile launcher.
They scored in 10 seconds.
And he fired that missile in the
They didn't score
area.
all game.
How about the receiver?
They
You
had a
gotta go
pick
with the
6
next play, too.
and a field goal off a pick 6.
Everybody around you, you know where the ball's going, and he's still able to.
How does that even happen? With my cover 4. There's one thing I shouldn't be giving up. It's that. Look at it, my cover 4 palms. How does that happen in my cover 4? Well, that's what happened. Look. He's supposed to be playing deep. Look what he does right away. Why is he jumping over there and waiting? He just let this guy run right, but he's supposed to protect no one behind you. Bro, ultimate trolling by the CPU is right. Oh my God.
Now they'll line up for what
The game owes me a kick return touchdown now. Like 100%, the game owes me a kick return touchdown. Yo, Shane, what's up?
This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets.
Nothing. Dang it.
You're going to hear guys after this game say,
That 4th quarter was kind of exciting and fun.
You know, sometimes the harder you
And
try,
again,
the
you know, the
worse
one
it
thing
gets.
is,
And it seemed
you
to
know,
me
with the
that's
different
what happened
ratings
out
and
there
stuff
today.
like that, the
Yeah, just never
composure,
really got
awareness,
into
and
a
how
rhythm
much it
for this
impacts
team. There's
things,
no doubt they've got a lot
you
of
know.
very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I
This
think
is
a
All-American,
situation
Shane.
where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better
dang
rhythm
it.
early, trying to find
But
guys
neither
in
team
their
could run the
next game, I
ball.
think is
So I know the
Yeah,
offensive yards are going to be completely skewed because there's just rain game, no running the football for either team, really. So 320, yeah. Look at this. They ran it 30 for 66. I went it for 2184.
That's going to do it for us from here for Jesse
No
Palmer.
running.
I'm Reese Davis, and this has been
These aren't released yet, Shane. It's at 0 right now, but they're not released yet. We're still working on things. Yeah, if there was a running game for either team, I mean, we're going to have a lot more yardage. But let's see here. 33 plus 25 is 63? Right? No. God damn it. 68. My math is so bad. 25 plus 25 is 50 plus 8. 58 plays? No, I'm looking at 37. My God. Okay, 33 plus 37, that's 70. I can do that math. So they got exactly 70 plays. And we did 45 plus 21, which is 66. I can do that math too. So we're actually really, really close to the amount of plays we want. We didn't get the yardage we wanted, but we know that the running game was down this game compared to other games, which impacts passing as well. Because you're constantly throwing in third and longer distances where you know that as defense, where the running game's working, you're not always like, oh, we know they're passing or they're whatever. So it definitely has an impact. I think you get the running to a more realistic number, you get a lot more yards. But we're there on the play call totals, so we figured out 12 minutes. I have 25 second remaining. And they got exactly 70. I got 66. So you could go, if you go lower on the Excel clock, you probably have less plays. So I think 12 and 25 is like honestly really, really good. Let's look at broken tackles. I threw 3 interceptions. 4 broken tackles. I think that's pretty good for a 75 overall against another 77, 78 overall team. That's fair. And he had 3. So that's the difference. We played Western Michigan. They had an 82 overall, and he had a way more broken tackles. So it definitely ties to the running backs overall and then the defense that they're playing. So I think we're honestly in a good spot with broken tackles. He's an 85 overall, 67% completion percentage. So I think we're pretty good there, y'all. I'm gonna I don't really feel a need to change anything with where we're at right now. I could potentially look at fatigue. I guess we will look at one more thing. Only 2 attempts here for my second guy. So we'd want more than that. That's not a very good split. Probably would want 18 and 4. So I might look at fatigue. 26 and 6, that's quarterback, never mind. Only 1. So there's an issue there, the running back rotations, which again we're leaving at default because switching auto subs does have an impact on gameplay. And so I don't really want to touch running backs because I know, again, I'll talk more about it in my video. I know what raising the auto subs so they rotate out more does, and I don't want to do it. So it would be more of a fatigue thing. It's at 70 right now. Could definitely look at maybe increasing that to see if they get tired and rotate out more. So, but anyway, 2 pretty good games with the Western Michigan and this Appalachian State. With the sliders, 2 completely different games with how they played out, which I think is cool. You don't want to have everything be the exact same way. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. Like I said, I will post this update for all YouTube members in the member section because we are still testing for them to give me some feedback. We're going to wait tomorrow and see if there is either a patch dropped or an announcement on one. If there's no patch drop tomorrow or no announcement made, and then we're going to proceed with releasing these as long as I get good feedback from YouTube members. If I get some either, hey, we need to adjust this type of feedback, and or there's a patch dropped or they announce a patch, we'll hold off for that patch to see how things play out. But I think we're pretty close, y'all. I really do. So yeah, these are going to go up on the members section right now, and should be back with a stream tomorrow, tomorrow evening. So hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I appreciate all y'all being in here hanging out with me. We had a really good viewership today, and I'm super grateful for you guys taking the time to hang out and watch and chit chat with me, man. That's fun. I don't live stream a ton. I mostly do uploads, but and that's what makes streaming fun. That's why I like live streaming. We're gonna go ahead and shut this one down for today. I gotta go do some things, but I really appreciate you guys hanging out, and we should be live with a video tomorrow, live streaming some more, play some more games, and see if everything holds up. But otherwise, y'all, peace.